Right guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman Studio, and today we've got Shane in the chair. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Hot, but I'm good, mate.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? What are we doing today?
So I have just moved to London and I am looking for jobs and all that sort of stuff. So just wanted to get it tidied up. Okay. I would usually just like have it pushed back like that. Okay. And I guess I wanted a bit of advice on what to do with the beard as well. Okay. I've just started growing out, like earlier this year. So.
Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah. Well, talk to me about the hair first then. What are you thinking? Like, how much do you want to lose? How short do you want to go? Do you want to keep it still long? What are you thinking?
I'm happy to get rid of a bit of the length. Okay. Honestly, if you've got any recommendations for what might look good, I'm happy with that. Okay. I like there's like a few like photos of Christian Bale and that sort of stuff that I like, where it's just sort of swept back and like relatively a bit shorter. But honestly, I'm happy to take any advice.
Well, I mean, the advice I can give you is based on what you like, you know, because a blank canvas, you can do plenty of things with your hair. It's more like you get the best haircut out of something. The advice I can give you based on what you like, if you get what I mean. So, because we could just go away and be really crazy and be really wacky with it, or do something completely different. But my only professional suggestion would be, if you're looking for job interviews or you're doing something like that, don't go to something that's crazy, or don't change it around too much, because you've still got to feel confident. So if I change your haircut completely around today, you've got to get used to it, feel confident with it, and obviously go into job interviews feeling that way as well. So if I was you, I would get it cut into what you really would like and what you're used to, and just get it maybe perfected in that sense. And then maybe once you've got the job, then come back and change it completely around. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I would probably suggest first. In terms of the Christian Bale, I mean, he's had variations of length, hasn't he? Should we get a couple of photos up and have a little look?
Yeah,
all right, cool. I'll grab my phone.
I've had like shorter hair on the sides before. I think I like it like slightly longer on the sides. Okay. Some of the stuff from like Batman's and all that sort of stuff I thought looked good. Okay, let's have a little look then. Let's just type him in. He comes straight up on my Pinterest, because as you would imagine, I use them for quite a few things. Yep. So, what out of all these ones, which ones are you like? Is it like sort of that classic one? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you've got the hair for it. That's for sure.
So, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I just don't like it.
I was going to say the neckline's a bit. Yeah. It's very businessman, isn't it? In a sense, like, you know what I mean. Is this what you tend to wear outside of work?
That, like this sort of stuff. It's just hot today.
Very casual,
I want to be able to just wear it casually and as well. But
okay. So you want to be able to smarten it up and make it a bit more casual at the same time. Yeah. Okay. So how about if we use this one as an idea, right? The sides of that are cool, because they're still kind of just sitting just on the ear, so they're probably maybe cut to about here and they're just kind of pushed over. But maybe get rid of that at the back.
Yeah,
so you don't see
like
that.
A bit like 80s sort of.
It is a bit, isn't it? Yeah. If you cover that with my thumb, then hopefully you kind of see where we're going with it. You know what I mean? So if we just take the neckline away, still keep it natural though, still keep some length down the bottom, but not something that you can kind of see flicking right out. Be quite cool. But then cut it into that same kind of shape as Christian Bale. Yeah, I think we do that. In terms of beard, what is it that you're wanting to do with it? Like, are you looking to try and still keep quite a lot of length in it, or are you looking to go shorter with it?
I've got like a lot of like gaps that I've found that maybe have covered up a little bit when I've like grown it a little bit longer. Okay. So I don't know, like it's my first time growing out a beard. It's probably been 5 or 6 months. I trimmed it a couple of times. Okay. So I thought I'd just keeping it like some of the length in it so that the spots are covered up, and then just sort of getting a bit more defined and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. That's a look at it. Yeah, I mean, what you're probably going to want to do is not take it down too short. Yeah. Because it's going to be very hard to balance and match. I think what you're better doing is, as it is now, and just freehanding it around, and then taking it a bit shorter towards the sideburns. Because that way, just kind of keep it a bit more sharper. Yeah. It'll be quite good, but still keeping some length in there. Because the minute we remove that length, that's going to go very patchy. Yeah. And it's quite misleading. Your beard, it looks very thick, but I can imagine the minute you put like a 3 or a 2 on it, it just goes really thin, and you really see through it. So I think if we can just try and alter the shape and make it a bit neater, because you can see the outline of your face coming through here, and it's obviously changing your face shape. So I think we take the sideburns a bit shorter, and then just shape these bits here, make it, maybe just square it off, or maybe point it a slightly bit more. Just to take away the kind of like longer bits, and then just as soon as you put the lines in, changes everything. So, and trim the moustache down as well. Yeah. Shorter, clean moustache makes everything look so much smarter. So I think we do that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool, man. Right, well, let's do the hair first. No, let's do the beard first, and then we'll do the hair. Okay. All right.
I injured my knee earlier in the year.
I can see. I can see. That's one hefty scar, that, mate.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but it meant that I wasn't like, I was just at home for like 3 months. So it was a good time to grow it out.
Basically like a bit of a COVID thing in a way, yeah. Right, so beard first on this one. Doing the beard, the reason I do the beard, like normally when we do do any of the haircuts for the channel, beards are sort of like, they're not always scheduled in, right? So it's normally just someone goes, oh, can you do the beard as well? And the way we do it, we just don't allocate time for beard trims, right? But obviously we have done today. So this is how I'd normally do a beard trim if you were a client. I do it before the haircut, because then when we come to wash it, it all just flows a bit better. Because if I do the haircut then the beard, he's lying on his hair for like 20 minutes. So it just puts a big crease in the back. So we just make it flow this way. So start with the beard first. So I'm just gonna start to shape the overall length of this, because I want it to be as full as possible. Then once we put the detail in, that's when it'll really come to life as well. Because as you can see, it looks thick, but it's not really thick. It is misleading. It really is. The minute if I went straight into that with the clippers, it'd be like, whoa. Comb it out. Anti-static comb as well. Remember, if you're doing a beard, try and use an anti-static comb. That way it just smooths off the beard here. Let's just cut the shape into this. So just a bit of freehand on this now. I just want to take them cheeks down a touch. Just start tapering it a touch from these sideburns here now. I'm going to detail this now because, again, the detailing is the main thing for this beard. It literally changes the whole thing around. Again, Shane's in the experimental stage of his beard, so we don't want to take it down too much. We just want to give him something that maybe he's never had before, and maybe a cleaner version of having a bit more of a beard. As you can see, it probably took a long time to get the fullness in there, because I know how he feels. My beard is not the strongest of beards either, so I know how he feels. And the way I do a beard, I always do one side first. The reason I do one side first, because it's very easy to replicate the other side. I start on my strongest, my lead hand side, which is my right. I can control the shape. I've checked it out, obviously looked at the beard, I've checked where the problem areas are going to be. Made sure I took that into account when I was doing the initial sort of trim. And then by doing one side first, it allows me to then really just follow the same guide, the other side. So there's that one side that's been shaped, if you have a little look, and the other side that isn't. I'll show you in the mirror as well now. It's crazy just by doing that, but by doing one side allows you then, can you see the right hand side to the left? So best way to do this at home, if you can, practice with this pair of scissors. Just a lot of freehand like this around it, just kind of just picking the hairs out that you want. Alright. Just comb all that hair out and just follow the guide from the left hand side. A little bit of serum. Use that as a beard oil. Get your hair and your beard nice and soft. And lift you up. There we go. Got a nice full beard, but it's nice and tidy, nice and clean.
Looks really good.
It does, doesn't it? Just it's very subtle, but it's enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're liking having a beard,
and
you don't want it to be like, you know, really detailed and too short or whatever else. I feel like it just gives you the fullness that you probably need in your sort of how sparse certain parts of your beard are.
Yeah.
And I know that's like, because I have to do the same thing myself.
Yeah.
So. Cool, man. Sweet.
Great.
Right. Should we get onto the hair then?
Yep.
Sweet. Right. So we just shampooed and conditioned Shane's hair. Now I'm going to cut it into that kind of Christian Bale inspired haircut as well, all right? But again, just not leaving as much length at the back as what he tends to do on his haircut. So we'll still keep it coming over the ears, we can tuck it round nicely behind. But again, it's about the shape and the style that we're going for. Starting off with the horseshoe, because we want to remove the back and sides first, and then we can connect into the top. Coming from the recession, all the way around. Dropping it down just below the crown at the back. Like so. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Scoop that up. Wrap it around. Done. Okay. Work on back and sides first, taking the length down. So again, we want to keep it so it sort of falls to about here. So in that way it can just be tucked back behind. So 2-finger width section. And point enough. And this is me visually judging how much I think we need to take off to be able to still keep that coming back. So you pull that back, that's going to sit nicely there. So that's a really good length actually first time round. And we've got our guide, so we just follow this now. So what job role are you looking for then, bud?
Kind of like project management stuff for digital and IT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how heavily focused is that on your sort of what you look like and your dress sense and things like that? Like, do you have to be really smart for work, or can you be quite casual?
Yeah, well, I think with the sort of jobs I want to go for here, that it'll be a bit more like smart looking.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, not too sure. I got to London couple of weeks ago now. So,
oh wow, okay. Where are you from originally?
Australia.
Oh, nice.
Grew up in Canberra.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. So please tell me, why do Australians come here when you've got everything? By the looks of it, you've got the sun, the beaches, the lifestyle. Please tell me. Just make me feel better about living in the UK.
That is a very good question. It is really easy to get here, like visas and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I just figured it was a good time for a bit of a change.
Nice, yeah, fair play. Fair play. Because I know we tend to opt to go to Oz, don't we? You know, a lot of Brits in Australia, right? So, and I can see what the appeal is.
Yeah,
for sure. You know,
coming in summer, it's all right here, but I'm a little bit intimidated by the winter. We'll see how we go. I
mean, what you're seeing in the summer is our winter, mate.
Yeah,
we've had about 100 days of rain, haven't we? Since about I think from about the start of the year, really. It's just rained and rained. So. What you're experiencing in the summer is probably not much more bleaker in the winter, if I'm honest with you, mate. So don't worry about that, man. Get used to it now.
Yep.
It does just get a bit colder.
Yep.
It's definitely no Australia summer, put it that way, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely not.
It's like 30s a lot of days.
Wow. That's all we can dream of.
Yeah. But it's not as like the air conditioning's better there, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it's much cooler inside, but it's definitely gets very cold in the winter.
So that's something I'd never have expected actually.
Yeah.
It's Australia. I always thought, you know, my impression of it is it's summer all year round. You know, it's kind of what I see. You know, obviously that's not true, but
Canberra gets pretty cold, but it doesn't rain very often.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And how are you finding London so far? Are you enjoying it?
Good. I've only been here for maybe 5 days in total.
Right, okay.
Went to a couple of festivals and then went to France for a little while as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so just staying with friends at the moment, and then find a job, find a place is basically the next deal for me.
Nice. So what sort of warranted the change then? What warranted the trip over?
So I actually moved from Canberra to Melbourne for a little while, or it was 3 years, and then I just figured, wanted to try somewhere else again.
Yeah.
Like I really liked Melbourne, but I just figured now's a good time to do it. Really.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
and the UK was on there for you. Yeah.
UK is like probably the easiest place for us to go. Like,
oh, is it?
As Australians, like apart from New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah.
And were you doing the same job you had over in Oz as well?
Yeah, it was the same sort of thing, but yeah, I might go like private because I was in public service before, so
okay.
See how that goes. But
so when people see you now, obviously you had that injury and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
When people see you with the beard and the longer hair and stuff, is it a bit of a shock then? Are people used to you with this new look?
No, not really. Like, especially as I was growing it out, I was getting a lot of comments on it from friends and stuff like that. But,
okay. Do you know what's quite nice is that obviously you've come to the UK, you start a new job like this. This is what people are going to know you as. They're not going to know you what you look like before, So this look that you're creating for yourself now is just going to be what people know Shane as.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool, isn't it? It's almost like you're creating a whole new identity in a sense,
Yeah. I had a mustache for a while.
Did you?
Like, because my beard was just quite patchy. But,
okay.
When I had that time where I wasn't doing anything and it was just at home, I was like, oh, now's probably the best time to do it if I was going to do it at all.
Experiment now, man.
Yeah.
100%. I know I'm going to stereotype you here. I apologise if I do. But did you have the mullet as well as the moustache?
I've never done a mullet. I don't like the long, but especially in Melbourne, it is all the rage.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, like every second person has a mullet.
Wow. Honestly, if anyone from Melbourne's watching the channel right now, can you explain where the trend or how the trend started? Because I'd love to know. I'm under the impression it was from the what's it called, the
AFL.
AFL, that's right.
Yeah, I think that's right. They do have a lot of good mullets there.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
I watched something on that. I think it was just on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it was like every player had a mullet and a mustache, and even like the commentators had a mullet and a mustache as well. I was like, wow, this is really a trend. It's a proper trend.
I read an article that was like did an in-depth study into which teams have the most mullets and all that sort of stuff. It was pretty funny. Like,
wow, that's one hell of an article. That one. After, if you can find that for me, would you send it over?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing because it really has. Like, it's definitely hitting the shores here though.
Yeah.
Like, we're seeing a lot of mullets. Like, but I feel like maybe the mullets you guys are rocking over there are a bit more like the traditional 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
We're trying to, I think, put a bit of a spin on them, a bit of a twist on them. You've gone true mullet.
Yeah.
Which I think I think we may have chickened out a little bit and gone a bit more modern, Yeah,
it's definitely a look.
It really is, man. Do you know what, right? I'm not against mullets at all. Like, I know a lot of people, I mean, I've seen some of our comments, mate, like some people don't like mullets, but I think you've got to be the type of person who pulls a mullet off and it looks good on you.
Yeah.
If you don't pull it off or you haven't got the confidence to rock it, you never really suit it. You know what I mean? I think you've got to be that kind of person who's got that confidence to be able to kind of, go for that kind of look. Otherwise, you don't stand the same way, you don't walk the same way, you know what I mean? You don't interact the same way either. And I feel like that's what ruins the look, is more the person it's on more than the look itself,
I've never had one. I didn't think I could pull it off with work, and it's not my style really. No, but I do appreciate.
I think you've got to appreciate the effort that's gone into a good mullet, right? I think there's definitely you definitely got to do that. Right, so I've just took away that neckline with the razor, just left it very shattered and very natural looking. Now I'm using the scissors on here because I want to kind of keep this a little bit more blunt, a bit more structured through here. But I'm going to point cut into this as well. And just make sure we go over that and just get rid of any little unruly bits. We're still keeping that razor work in there as well. There we go, so that's still sitting just over the ear nicely there. I'm just going to blend this sideburn down into the beard now as well. Make sure we're keeping it nice and connected. Not going too clean around the ear. So that's where it sits on the ears. Happy with that?
Yeah, that looks good.
Cool. Perfect, there we go. Now, through the top, I'm going to cut this so it falls in to the shape. So the top is actually sort of taken, so not too dissimilar lengths to the back and sides on Christian Bale's haircut's a little bit shorter on top. But it works well with your face shape too, and keeping the beard in there, keeps it nice and full. That's what we do. Straight down the centre. Like so. Take off that much length there. So it looks like loads is coming off, which it is. But this is what layers it all in. Using the guide from behind and the guides underneath and to the top. Now cut that on the top. I'm just connecting that point on the top there. Very straight out.
I really know where to part my hair, like kind of like goes a bit all over the place at the front.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got a natural parting, right? Yours might just move around a little bit, but it's wherever it falls easiest is the best way to go. Okay, so if it falls sort of from left to right, go with left to right. If it falls from right to left, go with right to left. That's the best thing to do. We'll have a little look in a minute when we dry it through to sort of see what it looks like and where it dries off better. Right, but there's the cut done, essentially, right?
Looks good.
Now what I'll do is I'll blow dry it in for you. So a little lotion, like this in. Like so. I'm just going to just rough dry this back, all right? And we'll see where your natural parting wants to live, all right? So, high speed, medium heat. And just blow dry this from underneath, all into the middle, and work around the ear like that, okay? Right, so if you lean your head back for me, if you don't mind, go back, shake it through. And I want you to sit up and just shake your head left and right for me. There we go. Oh, that's where your hair wants to fall naturally.
Yeah.
Just smack down the middle.
Yeah.
Basically. So that could be your natural finish if you want to. Just a little bit of lotion in there, let it fall.
Yep.
There's your finish. Or you could kind of go one step a little bit further and put in a little bit of paste. And what this will do is give you a bit more of a kind of glossed finish or more of a styled finish. So not a tiny bit. Don't need a lot because it's already cut into shape. And then just work that into your hair just to give you the hold, like the way Christian Bale's is in that one, essentially. I think you are the person who's got almost the identical hair as Christian Bale. I don't think I ever cut Christian Bale's haircut as well on anyone else except for you, because your hair it just seems to be exactly the same. I've never cut Christian Bale's. If anyone knows Christian, tell them to get in touch, see if I've done it right, you know? There you go, and then just kind of work with your parting a little bit and kind of go with the same way he does, you know what I mean? Going back. So there you go, so the back is cut in a bit tighter than this, you don't see it, but you've got the same sort of finish.
Yeah, great.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just over the years, the beard's a bit tidier, so you know, just a bit like you, but a bit tidier. Yeah. Essentially, you know. There you go. So how do you like the look of that?
Oh, it's really good.
Happy, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, man. I think you're definitely ready for a job interview now, mate. I definitely think that. Cheers. Right, I'll just show you the back and sides. So let me just take the gown off. So Shane, there is the back and sides. So that's how it all sits through there. So it's still natural at the neckline. It's just not. His is probably down to about here. Yeah. And yours is a little bit tighter. But there's how it all falls. Nice. So you see the shorter layers coming through the top that's still falling to the sides as well.
Yeah, that's really good.
Happy with that, yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Cheers, man.
Thanks.
Thank you. Because your hair is what I imagine his to be exactly like. Yeah. If I could pick, you know. Welcome to the new series of Talking Hair Loss. We've got 12 people, 12 haircuts, and 12 incredible chats about hair loss. Honest conversations in the barber chair about hair loss, thinning, and receding. With a little bit of advice from me along the way. With new episodes coming every 2 weeks, this is the second series of Talking Hair Loss. And this series is made possible by our sponsor, Manual.